Hello, my name is Yanni. I'm the owner of Ecommerceville, a full-service Amazon agency where we do all the listing creation, ads, design work, Amazon SEO, catalog fixing, pretty much all the fun stuff that has to do with Amazon. I'm also a seven-figure e-commerce seller. We sell on Amazon, eBay, TikTok, shop, our own website. I've done a little bit more than 4 million in sales on all the platforms. Now, today I want to speak about what we track ads-wise and all the metrics you should track. In my opinion, the top Amazon metrics you should track and what we track for our clients and for our business is the following. How much are we actually spending in ads? Am I spending 1,000 a day, 100 a day, 50 a day? I want to know. And the way we track it is daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. Now, you don't have to be so granular with details, but because we have a full service Amazon agency and because we run our business as well, we have to be more accurate with data, right? Because to a certain extent, this is a data business. The more data we have, the better decisions we can get. So spend is the first one. Sales is something that I want to know. Okay, we spend £100, but how many sales did we actually generate? Again, we track it daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And what allows me to see when I'm tracking them is, okay, on Monday, we had a lot better sales and a lot more ad spend. But on Friday, our ad spend was even higher with a lot less sales. So you start seeing patterns for different niches, for different industries, and for altogether Amazon in general. Luckily, because we work with over 20 brands, we're starting to get a lot more data. With our business, we have already a lot of data, but when you're working with 20 plus brands, you have a lot more data. So what I want us to do is compile these data sets. So spend is one, sales is one, ROAS, return on ad spend. I want to know on £100, how much is my return on ad spend? And again, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. If you're starting out and you don't want to go this granular, I would say at least weekly and monthly is something you should check. CPC, cost per click. Now, this is not my favorite metric, and I'll explain why to you. The CPC, cost per click, you can have a 20p cost per click and be less profitable than when you have it at 40p cost per click, because the conversion rate might be better. So cost per click is something we follow, but it's not my favorite metric, and it's not something we overthink about. CTR, super important. CTR is the click-through rate. CTR is one of the most important metrics. Of course, spend and sales are as well. Click-through rate is how many people actually click on your product. So if 100 people see your product when they scroll and one person clicks, that is a 1% click-through rate. And that's something that we always want to follow, because CTR, when click-through rate increases, usually sales and profit increases as well. After that, we have the very famous ACoS, and everyone likes ACoS, advertising cost of sales. What that means is how much is actually advertising costing me based on what I'm spending. And it's very easy to do. How much you're spending in ads and how much you're generating in ad sales. For example, if you spend £100 in ads and you generate £1,000 in ad sales, that is a 10% ACoS. There is no right figure of what is the best. 10% ACoS is amazing. 30% ACoS can be good at the right profit margin and product. ACoS is a metric we use a lot and we like, but I would much rather use, in my opinion, my favorite metric is TACoS, total advertising cost of sales. What does that mean? Your actual total advertising cost of sales. How much your advertising costs you. For example, if you spend £1,000 in ads and all your sales, organic and ad sales, are 10,000, your TACoS will be 10%. Which is ad spend divided by total sales. This is a metric that truly shows you how much advertising costs you, because you might have an ACoS of 20%, but your TACoS is 2% or 5%. So you'll be like, okay, oh, my ACoS is, because what we found out before and what we've seen before, your ACoS might be going up, but your TACoS going down because your organic sales are now taking over. So that's why you need to be careful which metrics you're following. ACoS is super important, but TACoS, in my opinion, is the most important. I want to know how much of a margin percent, my ads are costing me. And again, there is no perfect amount. Ideally, the key is your TACoS to be lower than your profit margin. So if your product makes 30%, it's a 30% margin product, you want your TACoS to be under 30%. And the lower the TACoS, the more money you make and the more money you can spend on ads. With ads, the key is always test, track, and make sure that when you test something, you track that test as well. So let's say I go into a campaign and I increase the bid by 10p. I want to make sure that in my sheet and in my file, I document that I've changed it by 10p. So when I check it in 2-3 days, I see if any change happened. Everything needs to be tracked. Everything needs to be seen if you really want to do it properly. Ads, unfortunately, takes a lot of work. And launching the ad is one part, but actually tracking the ad and modifying the ad is the big part of the work. I hope this video was helpful. A lot more to come. Stay tuned.